All right, so that's how I'm gonna leave it. You can see all the pieces that I broke off over here. And as far as the tools that I use, I always have my radio ready to go. And then of course I use ear protection, gloves. This bit won't technically cut you if you just kind of touch it real quick. Now if you leave it on you, it'll cut you through. And it's worse, like a burn even. But I have a 4-inch and a 4.5-inch. The 4-inch was too small to go through that thick, so you lose about an inch on that arbor there, so it didn't quite go through. And then the 4.5-inch just barely did, but really what I ended up having to do was cut this side and then go from the back side, cut it, and I broke off this side, just broke off piece, and I cut down the middle, cut it off, broke it off, and then the next piece here, however it was, this piece was basically like this. You can see the cuts on this side, but the idea is I cut it, chopped it, and then cut some more, and eventually got all of it out. All these little chips were in here, and eventually just broke these out. All these little chips, eventually just keep on cutting them, broke it out, and then I just finished off my inside. So there it is, it's done. So the last name is Bailey, and so now it's done. And I went ahead and put a little bit of a groove on it, and I tapered the edges as well, so they're not 90 degrees. They're softened a little bit. This side I did not. And maybe I will. I'll do it here in a second. Because once it gets weathered, all these little edges will be pronounced even more. But that's it. Little hand grinder. Most times just do it with one hand. These inside pieces, I went ahead and got the blade, the grinder. And this is the 4-inch. I happen to have the 5-inch, but you can see that basically it's there. So as it's spinning, I just basically made the blade do this motion here. Got it. And this side, I did not start on the edge here. You can see this is kind of the middle. I moved it back. In fact, you can see the curve right there is where I started that. And then I moved it, checked it, and I just kept on cutting it. And the same thing here. You can see the curves on this side, so I actually went on this. No, I think I did go on this like this. It's a little too flat. I need to raise a little bit, not 90 degrees, perpendicular to the rock. I did go down about 45 or so. And cut it. Same thing here. You can kind of see the arch right here where that blade went in. And I just stopped and looked. So I try not to get that over, I call it overspray, but that overcut there. And once I got here, you can see the blade is there, so I just did this number here and got my little curve. That's it, just enough to accent it. But it's cut, 4-inch blade. And like I said, this one's a 4.5-inch blade. You can see it's just a little bit bigger, 1/4 inch all the way around, more or less. Eye protection, sun protection, of course my hat. I love these hats. It's got the little flap. I've had this for years. It tried to fall apart and quit on me, but I put safety pins on it, so I didn't let it. Then this is 8O battery. Love Milwaukee. Generic. My nice channel locks grew legs and walked away. The homeowner let me borrow his hammer. I don't have a carpentry hammer. I generally have my pry bar, and then I have a 2-inch mallet if I really need to do stuff. But I just put this fence together. This fence here actually extended from this post here over to that post there. So I cut it, removed it, unscrewed it, and then I put this fence here. That's angled down, so I had to disassemble the whole thing and put it back together. Now I've already put a layer of paint, so now I need to go back and paint all the center slats. And then over here we had that mesh on there, but since we're painting it, we went ahead and did it a little nicer. And that picket was left over from that fence panel over there. I went ahead and painted already, power washed everything. It all had moss on it, and all this was just overgrown. Man, it looked like that. It was that just here. You can see all these bushes are cut back, and the same thing. I mean, it was that all along here. And you can see that I just pushed it all back, because as you're using the roller, you need to be able to stand basically right here, and then the roller still extends out. So I had to cut back about 5 or 6 feet. And you can see I did the same thing way over here, just cut everything out, pulled out all these bulbs. These bulbs were some type of really spiny vines. Got rid of all that stuff. And then all these bricks were on the other side. There's another fence pounding me on the other side of the house. So I brought all these bricks over here so I can make a little pathway, and that beam, I'll center it on this, and then I'll put my bricks all the way around it. So I do want to do that right now just to accentuate that, but also because I am muddy and dirty and just dirty, and I don't want to be walking the house full of mud or whatnot. But anyways, we're gonna go and paint, set that up. Oh, you can see that I already put this stone here, and so what I did is I actually built up the center and let it sit, and then I wiggled it back and forth, and eventually it settled, and I would just lift it up a little bit, put some dirt in there, smash it down. You can see I use my big old metal pry bar to crank on it and lift it up and move it. Now it's great, nice and solid in there. And as my transition piece, I put those, but we do have some more Flagstone. There's a larger piece that the homeowner said he would bring over here, and I might go ahead and just cut it out and fit it into this area here. Trying to minimize the amount of work, of course, but this piece fit perfect there. So now there's a little clean spot to stand, and also keep the dirt from walking in, and also the dog won't be able to get in there. I'll lift it up a little bit more so the dog can't get out from there. And of course I'll do the same thing all around the edge there. Thanks for watching.